Are you guys ready for your final cover for the night? We're so excited to have him as a part of our cast. He was just named in a poll by the readers of the Chicago Reader as the best stand-up comedian in the city of Chicago. You can also catch him in Tomato, a live sitcom, Sunday nights at 8 at the Annoyance Theater. Give a big warm welcome for tonight's final comic, Sherman Edwards.
Hey everybody, what's up? Hey. Thanks for coming. Thanks for the black music. That's awesome. Speaking of which, what's the name of this song? In case you forgot. That's the thing. What's the name of this song?
Niggas in Paris.
If black, don't help me. What's the name? No. What's the name of this song?
Black people of Paris.
No, that's not the name of the song, sir. What's the name of the song? You don't have to answer that question. I don't want you to. It'll get real weird. But that song's come up before, and I like to ask you, like, oh, what's the name of that song? And sometimes people are like, Niggas in Paris! You know, a white person, I'm like, that's weird. The thing is, I'm not too bothered by it. That's the name of the song. It's called Niggas in Paris. Like, you can say it, just don't have that smirk on your face when you do it. That's what we don't like. We don't like the enjoyment that you have when you say the name of the song. Alright, so that's cool. My name is Sherman Edwards, and I just joined a Facebook group recently called I'm an Edwards, because that's my name. And in the Facebook group, they were talking about the origin of the name Edwards and where the name comes from. And right away, someone chimed in, and they're like, hey guys, did some research. Edwards, it's Welsh. It comes from Wales. So it's a Welsh name. And the very next response in this message was, cool. Wait, so does that mean that we're all descended from Welsh people? And the very next response was, yep, it sure does. And all of a sudden it became this never-ending comment thread of how wonderful it is to be Welsh, to be related to Welsh people, and to have Welsh cousins. And I'm reading these comments, and I'm, looking in the mirror, and I'm like, I'm not gonna say anything, and I let it go. And a couple of days go by, and I go back into the group, and sure enough, they're still talking about how wonderful it is to be Welsh and have Welsh dads. And I'm like, all right, it's time for Sherman to chime in. So I go into this Facebook group, and I type, hey everybody, I don't think that I'm descended from a Welsh person. I might be descended from a Welsh slave owner or something. And that stopped the comment thread. I single-handedly shut down a Facebook group. I'm pretty proud of that. I don't want to call it stalking, but have any of you ever done research on somebody on Facebook? And then when you're talking to them, you have to act like you don't know what they're talking about. All the research you've done? Alright, cool. They always have random Facebook games, they have that doppelganger thing, post a profile picture of someone you look like. I'll put LMFAO or somebody. I don't know. But they had this one game recently where they were asking guys as their Facebook status to post the song they like to have sex to the most. Make that your Facebook status. And I don't normally participate in these games, but that night I was feeling frisky. So that evening my Facebook status was the Beatles, come together. Because, the bass line's great. It's the Beatles, they're amazing. The song's called Come Together, that's why I did it. I'm friends with my mom on Facebook, and she saw this Facebook status, didn't know why I put it there, and she immediately followed up with, right now, over me. Yeah, it's pretty awkward. Except for all of my friends, they all liked it. So Comedy Sports. Get up for Comedy Sports. If you come here any other day of the week, you're going to see improv. Have any of you ever been to an improv show? That's cool. I do a lot of improv too, and I remember the first time I ever saw an improv show. This is before I ever did improv, obviously. And I was in Edinburgh, Scotland. I was doing the Edinburgh Fringe Festival. You ever get the chance to go to it? It's amazing. You're gonna see theater and dance and comedy and all types of art from all over the world. And I was lucky enough to do a show there. And down the street from me, there was an improv group called Sprout. And Sprout was from England, and I had never seen an improv show before, much less people with accents. And I was like, I gotta go see the show. And no one else from my show would come with me, so I went by myself, and I sat in the audience. And when the show starts, there's always like someone who wants to get the suggestion to let you know that the improv is real. And so the guy was on stage, and he was like, hey everyone, we're Sprout, welcome to the show. To get the show started, we need a suggestion. A suggestion of an occupation. Any occupation at all. And I didn't know any better, so at the top of my lungs, I shouted out, salad tosser! I just waited. And the guy on stage was looking at me all funny. He's like, salad tosser? Never heard of a salad tosser, but I guess salads do need their tossing from time to time. And that was when I realized that they didn't know what that meant to me. So now I'm losing my shit. And I'm the only person doing it. There's like one other person giggling on the far end, and I'm like, that's my American friend! And the guy on stage, he was flustered, and he was like, we need a suggestion to go along with that. To go along with that, can we also get an emotion? Any emotion at all? And the next person, someone else shouted out, aggressive! And so the guy on stage was like, all right, well, Sprout presents to you the aggressive salad tosser. And I don't know if everyone here knows what salad tossing means. I'm not going to explain it right now, but just to keep you on pace, I'm just going to say it's like a weird way of kissing. So the scene starts off, and which is now called the aggressive salad tosser. This guy's like pantomiming washing dishes, and this guy like kicks open the door, and he's like, President, Frank Sinatra just came into the restaurant. We have to make sure the salad's tossed just right. I loved it. And to this day, that's been the best improv show I've ever seen in my life. And that's my time. So thanks so much.